Hello, good evening, good afternoon to everyone, wherever you are today, and I hope you had a great day. And here in East London, where I'm based, we had a beautiful, gorgeous day today of sun. I hope it is going to be like this all week, but we can live in hope. So this is my Teatime Tuesday slot, and I thought I would come on just to share with you a little bit more about the Teatime Tuesday that I do. For those of you who haven't come across me before, my name is Astra, and I am a mindfulness mentor and founder of Therapy Yoga. And I help people transform stress into strength, whether that's at home, working with people individually, or in the workplace, doing mindfulness workshops for organizations who are interested in their staff well-being. And my thing is really about helping or encouraging people to pause, and that's pausing for pausing's sake, and taking sort of time out in awareness. And I do my tea time sessions on a Tuesday on Facebook at the moment, and it's a kind of virtual tea time chat room. And I normally have guests talking about topics that I hope will really help you with challenges in everyday life. And I've got a great guest next week, so if you are around, do tune in. Teatime Tuesday is normally between 5 and 6. It has been at 5. It has been at 5:30. So it's likely to be between 5:30 and 6 next week. And there are some technical difficulties that I have sometimes on Facebook Live, but do bear with me. And it's also an opportunity for you to bring your brew of choice. So I love tea, so I talk about tea, I talk about what's in my tea. I've got my tea today, so I'll just show you. I have some organic green tea, and green tea is really nice. I like the taste of green tea, but it's really apparently really beneficial for your brain health, but also has anti-inflammatory qualities. And there's a whole list of other things that green tea is meant to be really good for. But for me, I like the flavour, and it's one of my go-to teas, but I drink tea a lot. And what I also do is I incorporate tea in my meditations, whether that's on retreats. For women, I do meditation retreats, or whether that's mindfulness workshops, again within a corporate setting. And what I thought today is that I would share with you some kind of principles around using, your drink of choice, and you can also do this with food, to have mindful moments. So I'll just go through that with you today. So if you haven't got your tea, you want to pause me, come back, or bring a cup of tea and join me for a mindful moment drinking tea. And one of the things to remember when you're coming into a mindful moment is that it's really about awareness, but it's not about thinking. It's about moving from thinking to feeling. So that's quite an important point. So we're trying to become more aware of our senses, and we're becoming more in tune with the moment. So those are the things that we're cultivating and encouraging when we come into these pauses. So I always say that, with tea, what I like about the process of the pause with using tea is that you can start from the beginning, from when you boil the kettle, taking that time to accept that you've got to wait for that kettle to boil, even the process of pouring the tea into the cup, contemplating the container that the tea's in. All those things are kind of a process of coming into awareness, but also your senses. So even when you're touching the cup and bringing the cup to your lips, you're thinking about things like awareness and settling in a pause. And I like to call it a sip of awareness. So if you are open to joining me, let's just go with a sip of awareness. And this is really about being open to moments of silence, and just accepting that you're non-doing rather than doing. So when you're ready, just grab your glass or your cup. Take some moments to connect with the feeling of your hand on the cup, maybe the warmth if it's a warm drink. And when you take your tea up to the mouth, maybe take some time to think about the aromas that you're experiencing before you drink it. So just the scent and what you notice. So we're coming from thinking to a noticing mindset. And then once you've taken in some of the aromas and noticed some of the textures of the aroma, then quietly take a sip, noticing the flavors, noticing the feeling of drinking your tea or drink. And I'll join you. So that was probably around 30 seconds. And just observe how you experience that. And it could be something that you decide to do when you're next taking some time out. But yeah, join me on a Tuesday, and you can bring your cup of choice to join me for a moment of pause, but also to listen to some of the things that I talk about, which I think are very helpful around challenges in everyday life. So last week we were talking about stress. We've spoken about anxiety. Next week, I'm bringing on Annalise Wells, and she's someone who I trained with as a mindfulness yoga teacher. And her thing really is to help busy women at a certain point in life, the formative years, I would say, with overwhelm, and how you can use things like mindfulness and restorative yoga, but also nutrition, because Annalise is also a chef, to help feel balanced and really deal with some of the overwhelm, the busyness of life, the multitasking, but also at the moment we're all dealing with this constant sense of uncertainty. So I'm bringing her on. I'm really excited about the things that she's going to be sharing, and that will be next Teatime Tuesday. The other thing I wanted to share with you, for those of you who are not aware, I'm doing, and if you're really wanting to come more into the body rather than meditation, and you're wanting to come into a physical practice, I'm doing a mindfulness-based free yoga class tomorrow. So that's Wednesday, the 23rd of September at 7 p.m. And it's an online class. So if you're wanting to join me for that, just click the links that are on my page here at Therapy Yoga for Wellbeing on Facebook. I'm also at Therapy Yoga on Instagram. And if you want to check out my website, I'm therapyyoga.co.uk. So it would be lovely to see you tomorrow at the class, or Teatime Tuesday next week. Or do just get in touch if there's any topics or areas that you would quite like me to cover, either by myself or with some guests. Please let me know. As I said before, I use everyday mindfulness to really help people to transform stress in particular into a sense of strength and groundedness in navigating life generally. So that's me, and I hope to see you very soon. Take care.